Good morning, gang. Happy Saturday morning. I think you'd all agree that preppers, for the most part, are a pretty charitable bunch. I mean, hell, we proved it here a week or so back. $15,000 just off of what we raised. I mean, we could talk about Bear Independent or anything like that, and other channels, other groups of preppers that do a lot of good for the community. But there comes a time when you got to draw the line. And every prepper knows this is coming, right? When the world goes to shit, worse than we're already there, and people start knocking on your door and say, "Can I have some food?" Right? We all know it's coming. For a few people, it's already here. There's a very disturbing story that was in the New York Post, which I'll link below, about all these illegals going door to door, knocking on your door, standing there with kids in tow, sad puppy dog eyes, looking as pitiful as possible, and asking for food and money. Is that why they came? Hey, you know what? Life is so good in the United States, I can't wait to get up there so I can go beg door to door for somebody to give me food. This is the problem that we have, that the Biden administration has caused. I mean, there's no other word for it. Hey, come on in, we'll take care of you. Oh, just typical Democrat promise, right? Come on in, we'll take care of you. Oh, now that you're here, we ignore you. Okay. It's kind of like elections, We'll promise you this, we'll promise you that, we'll promise you everything, this side of the sun. And then they get elected and go, "Nope, who are you? Don't have any idea what you're talking about." Okay. That's what we've got. So you get into this issue of humanity. Do you help them out? Do you not? Okay. My personal opinion is you do not. And I will give you the simple reason why. Disagree with me if you like. Once you give it to them once, they're going to keep coming back. Okay. And at that point, you just added another mouth to feed in your grocery bill each week. Because you go grocery shopping on Saturday and they're going to figure it out real quick. Oh, we'll go on Saturday when they just got all the food. Oh, sure, Juan. Oh, sure, Maria. I bought extra just for you. Like we can all afford groceries, right? You know me for being humanitarian, okay, and trying to help out other people. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. This is going to get ugly fast, because when they're told no enough and they get hungry enough, how long is it till they break into a house? Or how long is it till we have a fight, or God forbid, a shooting on somebody's front porch because somebody's hungry? All thanks to the Biden administration. Now, the issue is, and this is all around the Floyd Bennett Field area in New York, okay, where there's a huge migrant housing campus. These people are fed. Now, the fact that they don't like the food ain't my problem, okay? The funny thing is, the food that they are getting is coming from Fresh Market. Food that's more expensive than you and I can probably afford. Okay? They're actually being given food that's better than what you and I are eating. Given. Okay? But yet, that's not good enough. I'm sorry, I don't keep mole or taco shells or something like that in my house. That's not the type of food I eat. Sorry. You want to move to the United States? Guess what? You're going to eat the food that the United States population eats. And there ain't a whole lot of the traditional Mexican foods. Sorry. Okay. Maybe you should have thought about that before you came to our country and then decided that we were going to support you. Even though Joe told you we were, go knock on the White House door. Go knock on Joe's Delaware house door. You want to beg for food? I'm sure he can give it to you. All 5 million of you he can feed. I can't afford it, okay? And I'm not going to do it. People bring up the Bible in this one and say, what would Jesus do? Well, you got to take a step back. Jesus probably wouldn't have told them to go where they had nothing. Okay. We talk about this as preppers all the time in a hypothetical sense of what are you going to do when, the single mother with her 2 kids in tow, when SHTF shows up at your door, are you going to give them food? And as hard as it's going to be, most of us agree the answer is no. Okay. Unless there is something to trade for it. And then again, you know me, I'm not a proponent of trading your foodstuffs, or your ammunition. Do you have what it takes? Maybe you're going to find out a whole lot earlier if you live in New York. Because if this is going on in New York, you can bet real soon it's going to happen everywhere else. There's one of these sanctuary cities, or whatever the hell you want to call them, tent cities they're bringing migrants in. What do? Honestly, as cold as the answer is, sorry, no, and close the door. And then you watch to make sure they don't try to break in the house. Because that's what's coming next. This is where we've gotten to under this administration, where we're going to import a bunch of people who don't contribute to society at all. I mean, you want to talk about the difference between makers and takers. Okay, here is 100% on the takers side. But this is exactly what we get with this president. A country where people are now going door to door begging for food. Scary, huh? We're already there, guys. Anybody who doesn't think that this is a SHTF scenario really needs to wake up, because we're on a downhill slide fast. Pinball out.